Hey everyone, welcome back. Uh, Today is June 5th and it's Thursday. I have a research paper due tomorrow and some geography stuff that I'm turning in today, and I have more to do over the weekend. Finals week is tomorrow. It's the end of my second term here at college, and I just wanted to do an update. I guess get some stuff off my chest. Maybe it'll help. These past couple of weeks have been kind of rough. I don't know what the hell's going on with my mental health. I've had a couple of days, which is unusual for me, where I've had anxiety like pretty much the entire day. Usually anxiety with me lasts a couple of hours, maybe. Like I can feel it coming on, and I'm able to do something about it. I'm able to go out for a walk or go for a bike ride or do some breathing exercises, and calm myself down. I actually have some pills that I carry around with me, hydroxyzine. I guess it's supposed to be bad if you take it regularly, but it just kind of gives me peace of mind to have them with me, so I take them when I really, really need it. And it's basically just an antihistamine, and I guess it just chills my nervous system out when I get like dysregulated. But yeah, not sure what's been going on as far as that. I also went to the doctor earlier this week, and I've been having some lower abdominal pain. I had, oh my God, why did I just forget the word? Diverticulitis. I had diverticulitis a few years ago. I was hospitalized. My intestines were rupturing. I got yelled at the hospital for taking so long to get to the ER because I should have been in excruciating pain, but I have a pretty high pain tolerance. I thought I just had really bad upset stomach. Apparently there was a shit ton of swelling in my intestines and they were starting to burst. So now I'm like really weary of that. And Thursday, I had to go in for my monthly check-in for my Adderall prescription. So while I was there, I had the doctor check me out for that, and she just told me to keep an eye on it. I've been fasting for the most part, or just drinking coffee and water for the last couple of days, and it seems to be helping, but there's still some tenderness. I can't sit for too long. I have to get up because it makes my midsection sore. So we'll see how that goes. Really trying to stay out of going to the hospital, and I know that these last few weeks, just because of stuff I've been stressing about, I have a sweet tooth, and my go-to foods are sugary foods, and sugar causes a lot of inflammation. Ever since I had diverticulitis, my stomach is very sensitive to that, to spicy foods, and I try to stay away from foods that are hard to digest. Unfortunately, I have a lifelong addiction to nuts, so like trail mix and stuff, and I've definitely been overdoing it with that lately. Especially almonds. I like almonds, and almonds are on the for any of you who don't know, there's low FODMAP foods. Those are easy to digest, and then I guess high FODMAP foods are hard to digest. So yeah, almonds are on the high FODMAP foods list. So yeah, I'm dealing with that. I've been sleeping like shit. I've been getting up a lot in the middle of the night, which is unusual for me. I've been waking up and being just wide awake at like 3:30 in the morning when I went to bed at midnight, or getting up like at 4:30 a.m. And yeah, I haven't been home a lot, so I've been eating out, so I'm sure that hasn't helped, because usually at home I eat a decent amount of veggies. Yeah, so that's something I'm going through and kind of monitoring. Yeah, just kind of been feeling out of it because of that, because of the anxiety, because of the shitty sleep. I take magnesium to help me sleep. It usually helps. I think it helped last night. I don't think I remember waking up, but yeah, my bed's been a mess when I wake up. Usually I sleep pretty peacefully, like I fall asleep in one position and I wake up in the same position and just kind of fold my sheets back over the bed, like throw them back over, because all I did was like open up the corner to get into bed, and then kind of fix that in the morning. But yeah, my bed looks like a shitstorm. So my sleep hasn't been great. I have no idea what the hell I've been dreaming about. But yeah, school's almost over. This term's almost over. Also, happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. That's been new to me. I wasn't aware of June being Men's Mental Health Month until June 1st. Also, happy Pride Month. But yeah, that was new to me, and it kind of got me thinking about some things and leading to some discussions with a couple of friends. We're going to try to start, we're not going to try, we're going to start a men's group. I made a post on my Instagram seeing if there was any interest, and there was definitely a few guys interested, like around 5 or 6, and then I definitely had a lot of women that follow me reach out and thank me for doing something like that, or yeah, I'm basically just praising the idea of that, and everybody kind of had the same thing to say, like the ladies that reached out, just kind of supporting the fact that there needs to be a lot more of that for men. So yeah, I think we're going to start a group for BIPOC men, which I think should be good. I think it's interesting. I think there's a lot of shared difficulties culturally with brown and black men. I think that, and I've been kind of having some conversations around this, and this is just me sharing some of my thoughts, but I think that there's a lot of correlation between colonialism and I guess like toxic masculinity among people of color, men of color, and yeah, I have a lot of thoughts around that. I definitely have been learning a lot through reading, doing research for my research paper, and like my own personal reading on indigenous culture. And indigenous to me is basically all non-European, is what I mean when I say that, non-Western culture, and all the indigenous countries have been the ones that have been colonized. All of the Americas, the Southeast Pacific, India, Africa, all of these parts of the world have experienced colonization by the Western world, and I think that's where like a lot of our mental health problems come from, at least as far as that goes with men. I think that being exposed to all this violence, and I think I envision that the colonizers and the conquistadores like that were able to commit these all these genocidal acts, acts of violence, and you know, acts of violence and just trying to dominate indigenous people has in a very large way impacted how we view ourselves and like how we, our characteristics. Definitely for myself growing up, there was, I wouldn't say my dad was like super machista or anything like that, but there was definitely like a lot of tones, like undertones of that, especially like in remembering his relationship with my mom and like his relationship with his sisters. I don't know if my dad's situation is very common. He was the only boy, and my grandmother was a single mom, and he has, or had at the time, like 8 sisters. So I would imagine my dad had a decent understanding of women, but he wasn't like hardcore machista, but there was also a lot of that around me growing up in LA. I think it's just like unfortunately, something that stuck with us from seeing, I don't know, maybe it's from seeing violent men around you, our ancestors at least, like during the initial parts of like colonization. Seeing how men were and like what they got, and like, I'm assuming getting riches and getting material stuff, things that are important to Western culture, and seeing those as like the stronger men, in a nutshell, the psychological things that instilled in young boys. I think that definitely would have been something that contributes to machismo, or toxic masculinity. And here in North America and in Canada, like Canada and the US, boarding schools, indigenous boarding schools, all the torture and violence and beating the Indian out of them in these schools, all the things that these little boys had to witness and be a part of, was just more of that, more of that psychological trauma. And it's just something I've been thinking about and talking about with people. Honestly, like I kind of practiced talking about this a little bit before I started filming, and maybe because the camera's on, my brain's just kind of having trouble recalling the things that I was just thinking. But yeah, I think all that contributes to it, and maybe that can be something that we can talk about at our men's group. That, and I think also another thing is being in survival mode. I think that our communities, the marginalized communities, because of just the lack of having, and like for so many of us being in this survival mode where we're just need to push ourselves to work to make ends meet, to pay bills, just to get by. We don't, all have generational wealth, and like, just speaking for myself, like I didn't grow up going on vacations every year or a couple of times a year, or traveling to like these far off countries, and that just wasn't my life experience. My family didn't have that, and I can't take a month off of work. Like I don't even think I knew what the hell a sabbatical was until I got older. I can't take a month off of work and not worry about how my bills are going to get paid, how my rent's going to get paid, how my car payment, my insurance, any of that, where I'm going to get money for food. I didn't grow up expecting my parents to give me money for a down payment on a house, like when I got married or anything like that. Like, that's just not something that was a part of my reality. And I think being in survival mode definitely alters our psychology and the way that we perceive things, and it just stacks more odds against us. Like, it's just more barriers, more hurdles for us to have to navigate, on top of mental health being a stigma. Even up until a few years ago, having conversations with my dad about mental health, about getting therapy and stuff, his go-to response was just like, "Yo no estoy loco," like, which translates to, "I'm not crazy." Like, you only need to go to therapy when you're crazy, and that's not true. There's so many more benefits. There's lifelong benefits, and I'm enjoying the shit out of being in therapy right now. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. Just some points. I don't know if that's of any interest to anybody or what anybody thinks. I would actually be very curious about anyone's thoughts on it. Feel free to put anything down in the comments. But it's just little things that I've been piecing together in my head, kind of connecting the dots. And yeah, I think it's really interesting. I think that it's stuff that I want to study some more and learn about some more, and help my community out however I can. I think it's in my DNA, I guess, to enjoy having a strong sense of community, not just doing things for myself. I'm not a materialistic person. I like things that bring me joy, and even joy is like something that I struggle with. Like, this is why I go to therapy, and I feel like that's closely related to my PTSD. So like, I've also been looking at some other stuff that I want to try. I kind of want to try EMDR therapy. I feel like I've overcome a lot of things in talk therapy, psychotherapy, using CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy methods. But I think that there's still something locked in my head where experiencing joy is just still somewhat of a difficulty for me. So I want to try that, see how that goes. I have to talk to my therapist about it next time I see her, and next week. And I just wanted to share an update. Like I said, I'd love to hear what people think about my theory, as far as like colonization and toxic masculinity, and being in survival mode, and how that affects it. Maybe next time I jump on, I'll have a little bit more facts about what all that stuff. And hopefully my anxiety goes away. I've just been feeling super fried, emotionally, I guess, or mentally, whatever. So next week is finals week, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to having a couple of weeks off where I don't have to get up to go to school. I'm taking 2 summer classes, and I'm taking them online, so we'll see how that goes, because I've heard from a few of my other neurodivergent and like ADHD friends that we don't do too well with online classes because there's no structure as far as like getting to class. And yeah, so I'll have to share about that and see how that goes. But yeah, so expect more posts, especially because I'll be off for a couple of weeks. So catch up on some stuff, catch up on some work, some more paint work, and prep myself for my summer. Try to make some money and get caught up on stuff that I'm behind on. I mean, I'm sure that's probably stressing me out too. So, and oh yeah, and I got an invitation to be on the Honor Society, or whatever, Phi PTK, Phi Theta Kappa. I don't know. Apparently there's like scholarships involved with that, and I'm all for any extra free money. Yeah. So I hope, sorry for the long video. Sorry for talking slow. Like I said, I've had a lot of anxiety and like my brain's just been a little mushy, foggy. And I haven't worked out because of my gut being sore. So fingers crossed I don't have diverticulitis and don't fucking put myself in the hospital again. Yeah. That's it. I will talk to you later.